Community Broadcasting is proud to present the Women's National Duckpin Association Bowling Championship. We're here at Holiday Lanes in Manchester, Connecticut. With me is John Durante, president of the Proprietors Association, sponsoring this event. John, how many bowling houses are there in Connecticut?
We currently have 24 CBOA member houses, and that incorporates about 435 lanes at the present time.
And it's not only women, it's also men bowlers.
Yes, it is. We have a men's pro tour also, and along with the women's pro tour, and boy, I tell you, you see some fantastic shooting on these shows. You really will.
We expect to see it shortly here. And representing the Women's National Duckpin Association, Pat Rinaldi, president. Pat, tell us a little bit about the association.
Well, we're a new organization. This is our first year. We have 150 members strong, and this is our first New England stop, and we have over 108 entries, which is a record entry for the New England area. And our organization is growing and growing. And if anybody out there is interested in joining us, we would take applications from all those with 110 and above average.
I was just going to ask you, the average has to be 110 or above. That's good bowling, but there's a lot of people out there who might enjoy something like this. How many states do you go into?
We go into 6 different states. We range all the way from Virginia up through Massachusetts and Rhode Island area. There's Virginia, the Washington, D.C. area, Baltimore, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts. We're growing and growing day by day.
And this championship bowling, how many people were entered to begin with?
Well, this particular event had 108. Our entire membership is 150, and we've only been in existence 4 months. So we have a good track record.
Very good. And now, let's look at some bowling and enjoy the show. Thank you. And we're ready to begin our work up the ladder here. The first game, Darlene Edwards and Mickey Arnold. Darlene is the first one up. 1 pin left. I would expect to see quite a few strikes and spares.
I think with this particular group of bowlers, you may find more marks than not. They are extremely competitive girls. They know what they're doing. And now that was a nervous miss, I think. It was just the first box.
Trying to get started. As they always say,
there's always a lot of paper left.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these girls hail from Maryland, and both have won head-to-head competitions. Darlene just recently won the Ladies All-Star Classic in March. Mickey has won several Ladies Pro Tour events over the past couple years. So each one is well-versed in how to do it.
Yeah, so they're used to being up here with all eyes on them. Very good. Makes you feel good to start out with a spare. You know that everything's working right.
Right. It gives you the confidence to know that your ball is where you want it to be.
Where Darlene knows she has to make up for the just the 10 pins that she got without a strike or spare. She's got to work now to make up for that.
Right. And she will.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to throw that second ball.
Right. Now, Mickey just made it into the wild card spot, and her average, 136.
Yes.
And Darlene, her average is a 128. But she had an easier time today, had a little bit better scores.
Right, she did. Mickey had to come up with 2 very fantastic games yesterday to get herself into the qualifying in 19th position. Mm-hmm. And today she did run herself down to a 4-1 record, which Unfortunately, she was in the same division with another girl, a 4-1 record, and the pinfall is what determines who goes where.
How do they determine what division they were in for the playoffs?
Okay, each of the numbers by your position, that's it, darling. 1 through 24 is assigned a letter A, B, C, D. So 1, 5, consecutively down 9 is A, then 2, then all the combinations of 2 plus 4 become B, C, and D.
Okay, so you really don't
know who you're going to be bowling against until the final totals are put in and 1 through 24 is posted. Now that's just one of the bad breaks of the game. That was a good ball, perhaps a little light.
Can that split be made?
On the most rarest of occasions. But it can be done.
Well, she brought one of them in.
Now she'll be shooting for count here. Every pin is essential.
Right. Oh, bad break.
Yeah.
Bad break. When you start out behind like that and missing a few that you should have gotten, you can't let it prey on your conscience. Another threat.
That's an excellent position to be in right now. That counts 20 pins plus another ball into the second box. So Darlene is going to have her work cut out for her.
And this is just one game, and that's your only chance.
That's it. 1 and out. Single elimination.
But here, if Mickey should happen to pull this off and continue the way she's going, she's got 3 more games
Right.
in order to make it.
Right. She's got to go all the way up. Wild card is the last position on the block. They have the job of doing the most work.
Has this been done before, to come from wild card position all the way to the top?
Oh, yes. On several occasions. Okay, that's a tremendous count.
This should be an easy spare for her right now.
Most spares should
No
be
spare is
easy,
easy,
but
right?
no spare is that easy. But Mickey has all the confidence going right now.
She's got it. Darlene Edwards from Glendale, Maryland, another one of our bowlers that made the up the ladder trip. Tell us, Darlene, how many years have you been bowling?
12? No, let's change that to 22. 22 years.
22 years, and you came all the way up from Maryland for this tournament. Did you think you had a good chance? Have you been bowling good?
Not very consistent. Not very consistent. Last game came through real good.
You look a little nervous today. Which are you more nervous about, being interviewed or bowling?
I think this interview. I'm not used to this.
Well, I wish you a lot of luck anyway, and I hope you do a good job and keep up your average. Thank you.
Thank you.
This is the inaugural year for the association, and you have how many members?
We have
150?
150 members this year. It began last spring. Decided to put something together, give the girls something really super to work with and work for, and it's just been growing ever since.
But many of these girls have won in other tournaments.
Yes.
What organization sponsored those tournaments?
Usually it's the state associations, either the proprietors or the bowlers associations in those states. And that was too bad.
Yeah.
They offer prize money on a limited basis. It's not the $1,000 that they're going to be shooting for here, but it might be 100 or 200, and it gives you a little bit of an edge to keep you in tune for this event coming up in this summer season.
A pro bowler, how many tournaments could they enter in a year?
Depending on the areas that you live in Connecticut, we have 10 or 11 women's tournaments, which are strictly women handicap events.
Oh, that many.
Yeah. Mixed doubles events, we run 6 or 7. Down south, I don't know that they run as many, but they run maybe perhaps on a monthly basis, and that was almost a good slide shot. So that there's always that point where you get a little bit of a competitive edge that you don't get, say, in a league where you can depend on other bowlers on your team to kind of pick you up if you're down a little bit. Okay. I would say Mickey is well over her average this game.
Yes.
And just keep it going into the next match. She just may go all the way up.
Well, she just bowled 5 games. Here she is starting again, and who knows how many more she'll go.
Yeah, looking as fresh as ever.
No, she does not look tired at all.
As you can see the concentration on her face and the time. It's what the junior bowler should be looking at when he's watching something like this.
Some of these bowlers do teach at different alleys, and I can see why they can. They know what they're doing out there.
Definitely. A lot of the pro girls and pro men also work with the NDYA junior program. And in order to perpetuate the adult leagues and tournaments, you have to have the kids coming into it. So they take them and give them something in a worthwhile situation to shoot for, and she's going to have to re-rack that. She's short a pin. There's no head starts. Okay. So they do have to fill up the deck in the upper area before they can reset. There it goes.
She doesn't take much time to get into position.
Pardon me? Ooh, yep. Okay. That was a fantastic game.
187. That's the highest that she has played so far in this tournament.
Yes, it is. It is the best event that she's had, the best game she's had.
Well,
And she had to shoot, as I said, 317 for 2 games yesterday to get herself into it. Those are the kind of games you look for, too, in this particular setup.
Darlene will finish off her game still with not a bad score, with her average of 128. Should be a little bit low, but 11 pins short of her average. Arnold, you took the wild card slot here. Tell us, did you think you'd make it today?
I hoped. I was not too sure for after the 4th game, but it came back strong in the 5th.
Were you bowling up to par today, or were you falling off a little bit?
Average-wise, just about at par.
Well, then you're being consistent. That's a good thing to start with. Does that make you feel confident?
I think so.
How many games a week do you bowl?
Anywhere between 6 and 9.
How many years have you been bowling professional?
About 7 or 8.
Have you made it up other ladders in tournaments?
Yes.
What have you done before?
I'm a former winner of 2 professional duckpin tours of our old association.
How do you compare this year's tournament with others? Have the scores been consistent? Have they been going up?
The scores have been excellent, and the enthusiasm has been incredible.
We wish you a lot of luck today. Thank you, Mickey.